Hey, what is good, my fellow YouTube fam? It's your boy Aaron speaking, and we here with another video in the series of this year in hip-hop. It's been a while since I made a video on that, but today we're gonna talk about 2020, bro. Last time we left off at 2019, so your boy got his notes on the iPad. Shout out to Lenny, chilling on the back. Your boy got a lot of notes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I go hard for this YouTube shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. So I was thinking about just, not using any notes or script or anything, but I knew I was gonna miss out on a lot of shit. So if I keep looking down here, it's because, I gotta get my thoughts straight out. So let's put ourselves back in 2020, fam. I know, 2020, crazy year. Now, the ending of 2019 sucked beef because one of my favorite rappers of all time, Juice WRLD, passed away, and that shit had me depressed, bro. That shit had me depressed for a while. Then 2020 comes along, and everybody's saying like, "Oh, let's get it, 2020. What is it? 2020 vision. We could see vivid. You know what I'm saying? New year, new decade." I'm like, "I bet. Let's go. Let's go. Brand new year. It's gonna be lit." And then boom, Kobe being Bryant, bro. I'll never forget where I was the day. I was actually in Jersey at a lounge. I think my boy texted me talking about it, and I was like, shut the fuck. No way. My heart sank, bro. I started seeing more articles and more, Instagram posts about it. Shit had me fucked up. Ran straight to the bathroom. I was crying like a bitch. Shit ruined my whole day. So boom, that happened. And then Pop Smoke passes away. I'm like, bro, 2020 is off to a shitty ass start, fam. And Pop Smoke's death still bothers me to this day. That shit still blows mine, cause that boy didn't even get to enjoy the fruits of his labor for a year. He didn't even get to enjoy that fame, bro. He was really on top of the game, especially being from Brooklyn, really experiencing that shit. Especially everywhere you go, everybody was bumping Pop Smoke. Every party you went to, like, this shit was just lit. And then that bullshit happens. But yeah, it's impossible to talk about 2020 and not talk about the pandemic, fam. Riots. In terms of context and what happened this year, it's impossible not to talk about it. Shit, I wrote down from celebrity deaths like Kobe, Pop Smoke, Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. fam, fucking King Von, Mo 3, MF Doom. Like, we lost a lot of people, fam, for real. And so, alright, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning of 2020. This was probably like February. I hit up a Chief Keef concert. This is right before the pandemic. This is like a day after Pop Smoke died. Fire ass show. I actually have a video on that on my channel if you want to watch that. And then a week later, I went to a G Herbo concert, and it was the PTSD tour. It was actually the first date of that tour, and he ended up playing the single PTSD with Juice WRLD for the first time. That shit hit different. That shit hit different, bro, because that's the first like new music after his death that I heard, and just hearing his voice is like, damn, bro, I can't believe he's actually gone. And in fact, King Von actually opened up for G Herbo, bro. That show, crazy. So the fact that I got to see that, while you walk like that, while you talk like that, that shit was hard, bro. So I'm super thankful to see that shit. Yeah, and then boom, the pandemic hit, bro. March of 2020. It was rough for a lot of people because the world just suddenly changed, bro. Dead ass. Fear went into a lot of people, including myself, having lost my cousin and my uncle in the same weekend, bro. Rest in peace, Adam. Rest in peace, Uncle Red, man. They passed away due to COVID, and that shit was rough, bro. That shit was rough. Like, everybody in my family was scared, bro. Scared. I'm talking like we had masks on in the crib. We had gloves on. I was hella shook, bro. Cause then my aunt caught it, my sister caught it, and I'm like, yo, I'm seeing all, what I'm saying? The media, the news, like, this shit was really fucking me up, bro. Really fucking me up. And I know this doesn't really have anything to do with hip hop, but that's 2020, fam. You feel me? So it definitely hit for real. And then there's riots everywhere, especially being in Brooklyn, bro. That shit was chaos. I'm talking like motherfuckers looting in their local delis, which made no sense to me. Like, how you gonna rob my man's Mario from the store? You feel me? Like, come on, that's fucked up. But the Apple store over here got raided. fucking graffiti was at an all-time high, bro. Like that shit it was like the Wild Wild West. It was crazy, especially in Soho in Manhattan. That shit was dead. I never experienced Manhattan. Literally, Times Square was a dead zone. Like if you was to go out there and record footage for a movie or some shit, that was the time. Like if you wanted to do like some apocalyptic type of movie where nobody's there, that's when you went to film, bro. Shit, no concerts, bro. There was no concerts to hit up. I couldn't vlog anything. I mean, I could vlog, but there was no shows to go to. There was fucking Zoom calls all over the place. You feel me? Meetings. Nobody's going to work. Everybody's working from home. This was kind of when, honestly, a lot of people took a positive thing from this year, and the word positive is crazy. You're talking about 2020, but a lot of people grew their business to another level during the pandemic. A lot of people just figured out you could do shit from home. A lot of people learned a lot of new techniques, some new games to play, some spending more time with their family. You know what I'm saying? Being locked down and not being able to go outside. That shit was different. It was interesting, bro. I remember going to a hotel with my girl like in June, and that night there was a curfew. Bro, we had a curfew in New York, fam. The city that never sleeps. You had to be at the crib by like 9 o'clock. And I remember being in the balcony with my girl just watching. I remember looking at the countdown of 9, getting the notification, and still seeing people outside walking around. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I thought you're supposed to be in the, I don't know. It was wild. It was wild. But yeah, my fault. Let's get back to the music though. My bad. I always get an email every time I record a video. Eternal Take. We gotta talk about EA when discussing 2020 because that shit dropped right when the pandemic hit. He hit us with a banger of an album, and it really started that shitty ass trend that really blew mine with having an entire another album drop like a couple days after or a week after and calling it a deluxe. He literally dropped Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2 a week later, and it counted for Eternal Take sales. Bruh, the labels, the executives, that strategy, they were like, holy shit, this shit works. And that shit ended up boosting the sales like crazy. You feel me? That's a whole nother project. Deadass, but you could call it a deluxe. That's wild. Nav took that strategy. He dropped Good Intentions, which I like. I fuck with that project. But he dropped like Brown Boy 2 like 2 days after. What? Let me digest, bro. I'm still on track 17, my guy. Can I get a whole weekend to digest this first project first? Like, chill. That's what blew mine about these deluxe shits. It's like, bro, let the shit breathe. Lil Baby dropped his My Turn project, which was probably his best tape, in my opinion. This to me is when he peaked musically. He would like that tape was great. That tape was dead ass great, you feel me? Had a lot of bangers on it, a lot of sleeper songs on there. I think he dropped the deluxe like 2 months later, which, okay, fine. I digested it enough. And the song that was on the deluxe was The Bigger Picture. That song, perfect timing. That shit came out right when the riots were going crazy. And you feel me? The music video, straight goosebumps, fam. Still to this day. And I was super surprised that someone like Lil Baby would make such a powerful, like, mind-provoking, political-ass song. You feel me? Like, that shit really put him on another stratosphere from his peers, bro. Everybody was saying, oh, nah, Lil Baby different. This is different. Like, this is real shit. We needed that at that time. You feel me? We really did. And even Lil Baby was like, yo, I don't make songs like that. That was just a one-off thing. I'm still going back to my scree shit. That was just a one-off song. Don't think that I make songs like that. It's pretty funny. But yeah, nah, that video and the song, goosebumps, bro. Shit, High Off Life. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. I love this album, bro. This came out, I think, like May. And I actually, yo, speaking of this project, I remember photoshopping this album and making it into a Game Boy Color game, bro. I'll put it right here. I was mad bored one day. Pandemic shit. I was mad creative. I was really on my graphic design shit, just making random shit every day. Yeah, pretty gas if you ask me. But yeah, Life is Good, that was a smash. That started off the year, smash hit. The music video, Tell me you couldn't go through YouTube without seeing an ad of Life is Good. Like, the shit was everywhere. I think it peaked at number 2, not number 1. I forgot what was number 1 at the time, but yeah, you got that. You got Hard to Choose One. What else you had in there? Posted with Demons, Trapped in the Sun, High Tick Tick. The shit with Lil Uzi, like even Tycoon was underrated track. That album is fire, boy. He needs to perform more songs from that tape at his shows, in my opinion, but it is what it is. King Von. King Von was at the top of the game, bro. He was really fucking shit up. How It Go is probably in my top 5 most played songs of that year. I still bump that shit to this day. Let me tell you how it go in here. Boy, it's kind of cold in here. You ain't got nobody, man. Stone in here. Better have your pole in here. That, I am what I am. What I'm not, see, I'll never be. Like, what? What? Like, the real storytelling shit, bro. Real storytelling shit. And then, unfortunately, he passes away. That shit, damn, bro. It's crazy. I was literally, his album had just dropped. Like a day before or 2 days before. Welcome to O Block. And I remember being on the train, going to Long Island, bumping that whole album. I was like on track 12 when my boy texted me like, yo, Von died. I'm like, what? I'm bumping his shit right now. Like, crazy, crazy shit, bro. Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD's team put out an amazing project and Legends Never Die, bro. If you was to tell me that that project is just as good as his previous 2, I wouldn't argue with you, fam. I wouldn't argue with you. The songs they chose and the structure of it, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Righteous was a really good single to choose, bro. And that shit, then they dropped a music video for it. That shit really hit different, bro. It was sad. It was, man, it was tough. That song is tough, but it fit. That album, it was just great. I don't know why they took out Gunna's verse on Blood on My Jeans. He was originally on that song. Not sure why they took that out, but amazing project. This was really all I was bumping that summer. For real, for real. Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke's posthumous album, Aim for the Stars. What is it? Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon? I always get it fucked up, but that shit was amazing. Shout out to 50 Cent because he really, you know what I'm saying, executively produced that shit. And I'm sorry, Virgil, RP Virgil, but the original cover art was dookie. Dookie, straight diarrhea juice. And I remembered 50 Cent held like a little competition on Instagram. You have to put like the hashtag and tag him. I made my own cover art for it. I even made a whole GIF for the cover, but I didn't get chosen. And they ended up going with a simple approach, just black and white with the rose, which looking back at it now, it's not bad. It's clean. It's clean, you feel me? But this project was very well put together. Very well put together. Some real life hits on here. Real life hits. And I remember being at the beach this summer and it was dead. There was nobody there, and I understand pandemic shit. It was me and my girl. We had our own little tent, had a little Bluetooth speaker and shit going crazy, and I remember bumping the whole album. Vibing, bro. Shit was lit. Shit was lit. 4-4 Bulldog. Man. Polo G dropped his The GOAT album, where this was when everybody was praising him. Like he was the greatest rapper in the world. You feel me? I love Polo G's music, but he was a bit overrated at this time, especially at this point of his career. But this project was solid, bro. The single Heartless that had dropped a year before was on this tape. I was super hype about that. Songs like Flex with Juice WRLD, still bump that to this day. The intro, Goosebumps, Don't Believe the Hype, shit is fire. Yeah, this tape was it. This tape was it. Bruh, as I'm editing this video, the audacity of me, how dare I forget Nas, The GOAT, King's Disease, a Grammy-winning album. I forgot to mention A Boogie actually dropped a whole album in the beginning of the year, Artist 2.0, which I actually liked. I did a whole reaction, review of this actually on my channel. I think it was like, is A Boogie the King of New York? Some shit like that. I forgot what the title was. But I actually really liked this project. And then the deluxe, I liked it a lot. Songs like Secrets, Blood on My Denim. Blood on My Denim is gas, bro. The shit with Uzi. He has 2 songs with Uzi on there. It was a decent tape. It's a decent tape, I ain't gonna lie. Lil Yachty hit us with the Oprah's bank account, bro. Y'all remember this shit? This was a very interesting music video, to say the least. It was hilarious. I fucked with it. That shit was dope. A lot of people are saying that he sold his soul wearing the dress, trying to look like Oprah and shit. And could you really blame him? Because he was doing, like, that seemed like a lot to have a Drake feature, DaBaby, trying to dress like Oprah to get that smash hit. You feel me? It seemed like they were doing a lot. And that song did decent, but it definitely, I'm pretty sure they looked at it like, damn, that shit kind of flopped. They were hoping for it to be a smash hit. It wasn't, but hey, Lil Boat 3, fire project. That's probably his best work. Probably his best work. RP low key, because Range Rover sports truck, I was bumping that shit every day. And the song From Down Bad, give that shit a listen. That shit is gas. Speaking of DaBaby, he was on the top of the game. On the top of the, let's go. Like DaBaby was killing it. Rockstar was a smash hit with his Blame It On Baby album. Then he had a whole deluxe. It was very successful. It was very successful. And Roddy Ricch on it, he was chilling. He just came off having, I think he was nominated for like 5 awards this year. I think he won Best New Artist, Best Album, a lot of award shows. So Roddy Ricch was, he was feeling himself, fam. He was, oh yeah, I don't gotta drop for another 2 years. I'm chilling. And we saw what happened with his next project, but Roddy Ricch was killing it at the time. Trippie Redd hit us with Pegasus, and I don't give a shit what you say. I fuck with Pegasus. I really do, bro. That shit is such a vibe, bro. Give that shit another listen. Super smooth with a bunch of sleeper Trippie Redd songs. Like Good Morning, Love Scars 4, V12 outside, Maybach finna ride. That shit is, I don't give a fuck. Shit, Never Change with Future. Future bodied that chorus, by the way. But yeah, dope album. I don't know. It did leak like 2 months before it came out. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But 21 Savage, he hit us with probably his best work, especially like the whole Morgan Freeman shit. That was dope. Savage Mode 2, man. This shit got so many bangers, fam. I put, My Dog, what? Running, Glock in my lap, Snitches and Rats. A lot of heat. A lot of heat. Drake hit us with that Dark Lane demo tapes, which I think is pretty underrated. It was kind of overlooked. I remember when it came out at the time, people were kind of pushing it to the side because it wasn't really an album. It had some like leaked songs from there, some new shit, but there's a lot of good ass songs on here, bro. And Tootsie Slide was low-key viral on TikTok. If y'all remember, like that dance was doing alright. It was doing alright. And Cardi with that crazy ass verse on Pain 1993. Spent 100K in New York, I was fucking bored. Like, come on. And speaking of that, At Me, come on. That shit was different. To say the least, bruh. It was so wild. That baby voice was like on another level. The label saw that shit and the reception that it got was like, yeah, Cardi, you're gonna have to mix up something else, bro. You're gonna have to. So he switched it all up. Ended up dropping out of left field a whole different style, Whole Lotta Red. You feel me? And if you watch my initial reaction to that album, legendary video, me and my cousin, we fucked with it. We didn't not like it. That shit was getting criticized all over. I remember being on Cardi's live, and I think he was reading the comments, and he fucking ended the live. He looked mad sad. He was like, he was probably mad shocked at the reaction. He was like, what the fuck? They not fucking with this? Wait till I perform this shit at shows. They're gonna change their fucking mind. It was trending like a whole lot of skips, whole lot of trash, whole lot of ass. It was crazy, bro. Shout out to the people that hated that shit at first and then switched up. Now they're fucking demons and they bought the recent merch, which was ass, by the way. If you bought that merch, maybe if you bought the hat, okay, fine. But if you bought a lot of shit from there, you a dick rider. Cause that shit is dookie. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is like gas station shit, bro. Come on. Chris Brown, can't forget, he hit us with a Go Crazy. You can't tell me that shit wasn't a summer smash, bro. I don't even be on the radio like that, but I remember putting it on like for a couple days that summer, and that shit was on every day. All day, every day. Go Crazy was a smash hit, bro. So shout out to Chris Brown for getting himself a hit. Shit, what else? What's Poppin'? What's Poppin' remix. Come on, Lil Wayne bodied that shit, bro. Let's be real. That was on the radio too a lot. Can't forget Lemonade. Smash hit. Take a shot every time I say smash. The Scotts, Travis Scott, Kid Cudi. Y'all remember when he premiered this on Fortnite? Fortnite, bro. That shit was different, bro. I remember watching that shit live and like, yo, this shit is like actually just walking around and just seeing a big ass Travis Scott and like you turning up and dancing like it was a concert. That was fire. That was so cool because it was during the pandemic, so we couldn't really go to a show. You feel me? So we experienced it then. It was crazy. Oh, yeah. Speaking of virtual shows, Rolling Loud actually had Rolling Loud during the pandemic. Do y'all remember that, bro? All these rappers were dead ass performing in front of a bunch of screens. Trippie Redd, Ski Mask. Like, I remember people turning up in their room. That's what I would have, bro. What? Like, what? Like, what? Even, yo, WWE, right? SmackDown, Raw. They had, you know, they called it the Thunderdome at one point where it was just screens. And I remember signing up to try to be on one of those screens. It's like first come, first serve. That shit is mad funny, bro. Imagine being there. You just see me like on the screens. That shit was different, bro. Rolling Loud virtually. And speaking of Cudi, he ended the year right with Man on the Moon 3, bro, which is my favorite project from him. Absolutely amazing, amazing project from beginning to end. Really only like 2 skips for me. And when this album came out, I caught COVID. I remember going to City MD, had no taste, no smell, bumping this album. Like, bro, I hope I don't have this shit. They told me I was positive. I'm like, fuck! Had that shit for probably like 2 weeks, and then I had parosmia after that. If you don't know what that is, Google that, bro. I had that shit for probably a year. Probably like 10 months. Where everything smells and tastes the same, bro. Like rust, like everything was just spoiled. Everything was bad. The only thing that tasted fine was sushi, maybe cereal, and that's really it, bro. Everything tastes like shit. Bread tasted bad, like rotten. Like it had a real, like, a lot of things smelled like lavender for some reason. It had a very lavender, rusty smell, like blood, like the penny taste. Fucking soda tasted like chemicals. It was bad, bro. It was bad. But I even joined a Facebook group with other people that had it, so I could feel like I'm not the only one. And we were all, and people had it way worse than me. Some people said that shit, their food, their whatever smelled, tastes like actual like feces. That's it wasn't that bad for me, but it definitely, I lost my appetite for everything. So I basically was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat fucking salads. Actually, not even, because salads tasted like pure grass. That shit was not good. But yeah, I got it back, thankfully, 2021. And what else? The song Mood with 24K Golden. That was a big hit. And that's it, man. 2020. If I left out anything, if I missed out on anything, let me know in the comments, fam. If you appreciate this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll check you guys in the next video. Peace.